seen his walkout. All his. All these guys come out to support him because he brings excitement. He brings excitement. Back the days, the same way Floyd brought it, the same way Mike Tyson brought it. And I think that he has a special connection with this younger generation that no other fighter out there in the entire sport has. You look at his followers. Look at the guys who follow him. You know, because they see that he has the ability to get guys out of there with either hand, and he does it quickly. You know, he has this mean streak about him that when he comes into the ring, it's seek and destroy. He don't play around with it. And he's coming to get you out of there. But he's also a tremendous boxer, which you guys haven't been able to see just yet. He's a complete fighter, but he still is going to improve over a period of time, and that's what I'm very excited what the future holds for him. And again, mark my words on this. This guy, he will be the biggest star in the entire sport, and it won't even be close.
Leonard,
won't even be close.
The promotions absorbed some criticism last year as Javante was inactive, and you all along with Calm and said that there was a plan. Is it coming to fruition now?
Most definitely, and it's always been a plan. Things happen. A lot of things happened last year that people don't even know about. You know, for starters, this young man, at such a young age, he had a daughter. You know, you go through all types of things with that. He had some other things going on. But, you know, it's all about supporting your guy and understanding what he goes through and giving him positive advice. And here we are. You know, 2019 is going to be a big year for him. He's going to fight very frequently. And again, he's going to show you guys why he's the most exciting fighter in the sport. And he's also the biggest puncher in the sport.
You said he's going to be the biggest star in the sport, period.
Period. And it won't even be close.
Do you see this building toward an eventual LOMACHENKO fight whenever it happens?
With anybody. With anybody.
That's the big one, of course.
It might not be. It might be somebody else. Who knows? We're not afraid of any guys out there. We're very confident that anybody that we put in front of Javante Davis, you're going to these same results. This is what you're going to see.
Is there any concern he's outgrown 130? Do you think?
None at all. None at all.
Because at 130, it's sort of no man's land. He's waiting for one of these big name featherweights.
He's not waiting for anything.
Well, I mean, like there's no big names.
It's all about Javante Davis.
But there isn't.
He's the biggest star in the division.
But he still needs a signature win.
He don't need anything. He needs to go out there and continue to do what he does, and that's what you saw tonight. That's what he needs to do.
I mean, if that was Abner Mars in there, it would have been a much bigger, I feel like, event if it was Abner Mars.
You didn't see all them stars in there?
Oh no, it was. For fighting Hugo Ruiz, that's an incredible turnout that he pulled.
Yeah, and it's not about Hugo Ruiz. This is all about Javante Davis. What he brings to the sport. He brings excitement, entertainment, and this is what the new generation. That old shit is out. He has that special connection with this younger generation. You see, look at the guys who come out to support him for this.
What's the next 6 months to a year look like for Tank?
Staying active. Staying active. That's the key. I had a discussion with Steven earlier. Staying active. We're gonna keep them busy, and whoever we put in front of them, this is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get excitement. You're gonna get fans. You're gonna get new fans who come to the sport. They're gonna be talking about him because what he brings out.
So what is his quality that you think that is innate in him that brings the stars out?
He has the it factor. He has that connection. Again, look at his followers at such a young age. He has the biggest following out there of any of the young guys. And I think it's probably one or two fighters that probably have a bigger following than him. Maybe Canelo, and it might be one other. I can't think who it is off the top of my head. But he has that connection with this younger generation. And it's just not. And there's people from all different walks of life. You have African Americans. You have Hispanics. You have white Americans. I mean, you have all types of people who take just the other day, older gentleman, his name has to be Al too. We work out together, and he obviously knows what I do, and he's like, when is that Javante Davis fight? And it just blew me away that's the only guy that he knew. He didn't know any other fighters in the sport, but he was just so excited about when Javante was going to be fighting again. And he's an older guy, 72 years old. But that's just an example of just where we're going with this thing, and it's going to be big. It's going to be big.
Gervonta told us before the fight that if he got this guy out of there in 5 rounds or less, he wanted to get another fight before a hopeful July homecoming. You think that it'll be easy to get back in the ring sometime before July?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. Why not?
At this point, he's a main event moving forward. What do you think?
You're kidding me, Mark. Right?
I mean, pay-per-view co-feature maybe.
Mark, you're kidding me, right? Did you?
I mean, he's fighting 2 months from now.
I'll take it back even further. When he fought Pedraza in New York, it was over 14,000 and some change. Did you see the ovation that he got when he came out? They came out for Tank.
People, or maybe from Baltimore.
They came out for Tank. Then we brought him back. We took him to England, sold out. In UK when we fought the kid Liam, yeah. And then we after that when he went back to New York again. What kind of turnout did we have? This is what you're going to see, the excitement that he brings to the sport. This is what the fans want to see. They want to see people get knocked out. And that's what he does. But he's also a tremendous boxer too.
What's the next step for him in terms of branding?
We got some special stuff we're working. Again, we know what we're doing. You know, I think we've been down this road or two before. We've seen a guy that has made over $1 billion. We know what we're doing. And Tank he's gonna be the guy. He's gonna be the guy. He's a little guy who packs a big punch.
I mean, back in the day when guys were fighting 6 times a year or whatever, sometimes if they're a champion, they would take fights maybe not at the weight that they're a champion at in between. He's fighting again in 2 months. Is it possible he fights like above the weight? Just to kind of.
I don't know.
Busy?
We're gonna.
Is that on the table?
We're gonna put our heads together and we're gonna come up with something, and he'll be back.
It doesn't make sense to like kill yourself to make weight for a fight before another big fight.
He's not killing himself to make weight. He's not killing himself to make weight. When you're young, you go through things and you learn and you put it behind you and you move on. You know, that's what having a great team about, to encourage you, to be supportive, you know, because we've seen everything that these young guys go through, you know. So we only give him good, positive advice and information, and he's definitely on the right track. Definitely on the right track. And we're very proud of him, as Floyd mentioned earlier.
So you said Davis is going to be the biggest unboxing meet for sure.
1,000%.
How big then could a Davis-Lomachenko fight be in a year or so?
I don't know. It could be Gervonta Davis with anybody. It's going to be a big fight because he has that star power. He is the guy. He is the guy that all these guys are going to be gunning at the same way Floyd was to make this. Gervonta Davis is going to be that guy.
We all know about the politics, and as Gervonta's name grows, people are going to keep calling more and more for that fight with Lomachenko. Is it realistic?
They're going to call for anybody. There's no focus on one particular guy. And I'm not concerned about that guy because I'm very confident that Gervonta beats him. But very, very, very confident.
But how confident are you that it happens?
And when and if that fight happens, you'll see the same kind of result. Trust me. Same kind of result.
Do you think their side would want that fight?
I don't know. They have a very good promotional company with some very good fighters. That's all I got to say about that.
But you're down to make it now.
I'm down to make anything that makes sense, and we're gonna do things on our timetable and the way we want to do them. And nobody's gonna tell us to do anything any different.
It makes dollars.
Well, if that fight happens,
Gervonta Davis is gonna make dollars fighting anybody.
If that fight happens, though, who calls who?
Who calls who?
I mean, is it you or
I'm
Al?
not thinking.
Is it Todd or is it Bob?
I'm not thinking
about. Obviously, there's some.
I'm not thinking about none of that stuff. I'm not thinking about none of that stuff. We're gonna put our heads together. The guy just came off of a tremendous performance. We had an outstanding turnout. It was a star-studded affair. You know, we're just gonna go back and enjoy this and see what the next step is.
In your time in boxing, you ever seen a guy not break someone's nose with a hook, with a sweeping hook?
No,
like that.
No, I'm telling you, this guy, he's special. He's special, and it's not about who he's fighting. It's just about him staying focused and doing what he needs to do. And again, I'm very, very confident that anybody that we put in front of him, he's going to be able to display every bit of his arsenal: his speed, explosiveness, his power, his boxing ability. He's a tremendous boxer. Y'all just haven't had a chance to see it.
Leonard, was that the best ring walk you've seen in a long time?
Very, very good. It was all his idea. We were talking about this. We met in LA about a month ago, and we were talking about it. And again, he's very creative. And this is what thinking outside the box is all about. This is how you become the biggest star in the sport, when you think outside the box. He's an entertainer, and that's what people want to see, entertainment. Not just some guy that just comes in there and does what he does. He brings something different to the table. He's special.
His defense, what we talking about, he didn't get touched.
Yeah, he's had tremendous defense, and he's also a very, very skilled boxer too.
So, I guess in an ideal world, what date would you want him to come back on?
We haven't discussed that. It'll be soon though. It'll be a quick turnaround.
Yeah.
It'll be a pretty quick turnaround.
Do you have an idea of where you want to stage? I know the homecoming's later, but do you think you know where you want to
It
put
could be the very next fight. Yeah, we hadn't said anything. We're gonna put our heads together here really quick and see what the next steps are and keep you guys posted. But he's gonna be very busy. It's no different from the way we were in 2017. He had fought 3 times before the end of August. And then we just had some mishaps in 18. We're gonna get back to staying busy, and again, we're gonna put him in front of him, and he's gonna knock him down.
With the Mars fight, would you guys consider putting that on again?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
He's a tremendous champion. I just want him to get healthy, be well. He's a great champion, a really, really nice guy, somebody who I have a great admiration for and great respect for. So
21 fights in Floyd's career, 21 fights in Tank's career. Tell us where they're at compared to these.
I don't want to compare the two different fighters, 2 different generations, and there's no comparison. Floyd has been TBE and always will be. Tank is what's going on right now. He's going to be the biggest star in the sport.
Leonard, can you just go back a little to the beginning and just tell me, Gervonta Davis made quick work of Hugo Reese today. Were you surprised at how quickly he was able to get him out of the ring?
Actually, I wasn't. I had a conversation with him last night, and I told him, I said, you see an opportunity, don't play with it, just go home. Night. You don't play boxing. You see an opportunity, if it's there, he's again, I think one of the best finishers in the sport. And again, you haven't even seen the full arsenal of what Gervonta brings to the table, but I'm just excited. But I think the fans, the boxing fans and the casual fans, we got something special going, and just fasten your seatbelt, strap up. This is going to be a great ride.
With the performance of tonight, is that sending a message to all the champions at his division that he's coming from?
Well, they know what it is. They know what Gervonta brings to the table, and he's got the right team, and he's the guy. He's the guy, and when guys want to step up to the plate, again, we can't fight everybody in one night. We're going to line these guys up one by one, and it don't matter who it is. Very confident that he beats anybody.
How happy was Floyd with his performance?
Floyd was very happy. Anytime you can come out to a great event like this and see this kind of turnout, and again, it's all about putting on big events. See, we think outside the box, unlike a lot of other promoters. We think outside the box. It's just not about just, let's do this. It's like long-term, big picture. When we talk about Gervonta Davis 10, 12 years from now, everybody will be talking about him. It's no different from Floyd Mayweather. He'll be a household name. He'll be a household name, and he'll be that guy because he brings so many things that's different to the table, and he's a special fighter.
When he walked out, he reminded me of Prince Nassim a little bit. Did that cross your mind, Prince Nassim?
Quite a few things, because again, he's a young man and he wants to be creative, and this is what it's about. He's flashy, he's about his business, and he don't play with it when he comes to the ring, and that's what the fans want to see.
How soon will we see him at pay-per-view?
No particular timetable. Whenever we think it's the right time to do it, then it'll happen.
Hey, I just thought about it. I think tension has more guts than a lot of people in boxing to step in there, because it's a dangerous moment to be in the ring with Tank, whether you're a sparring or a fight or...
Yeah, it's dangerous to be in the ring with Tank.
And Tension's gonna do it. Props to him. He
Yep.
has balls.
Yep.
But why would he want to do that?
You gotta ask him.
I will. And what do you think about that, Leonard?
I'm happy that there's so many opportunities going to be opening up for Javonte. I mean, again, I can't say enough. He's 24 years old. You see guys like Odell Beckham. You see Meek Mill. It's a whole lot of stars that came out tonight just to support him. You know, at this young age of 24 years old. And there's so much more in front of him. And every event that Javonte Davis is showcasing his skills, you'll see more and more of these kind of celebrities come out. It's just how it is.
Can you just clarify? It's Javonte Davis is fighting tension, or what's? I feel like I missed something here.
You didn't miss anything.
That's going to be.
You didn't miss it. You heard Floyd Mayweather exactly right. I don't need to repeat what he said. Anything else?
Yeah, you mentioned, Floyd mentioned that he has the it factor. Do you think Tank knows he has that it factor?
Yeah, he knows that, but he's humble though. He's humble. I mean, he didn't wake up today and realize that he could punch with either hand. He has tremendous boxing skills. He has great star power. I mean, you see it. You see it. I mean, he has a tremendous following, and unlike any other fighter that's out there. You know, a lot of times people try to emulate things, but it's like when you have that connection, that all these A-listers want to link with you, come and support you. What other fighters in the sport currently is doing that? Not one. You've seen more stars right here tonight come out for Tank's fight than you've probably seen the entire year in the entire sport. That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Leonard, can I get your thoughts on the whole network versus streaming service? You know, Showtime has the YouTube streaming service as well, but you know, the main fights are on Showtime. Then there's the Zone and ESPN Plus and all that. Just networks versus streaming service.
Yeah, I'm not here to down anybody. I think ESPN is a great network. Fox is a great network. Showtime is a great network. I don't really know anything about that other thing you just mentioned.
It seemed like you have two hands on Tank Davis. Floyd has two hands on Tank Davis. Is it because they have that connection from the parenthood and you're from the DMV area? Can you speak about it? It seemed like...
Yeah, I definitely have a special love and connection for him. Yeah, he's from the DMV. I mean, you know, that's my little shorty. You know, that's my guy. And, you know, we got his back. We know what we're doing, and we're going to take him all the way to the top. And we're going to show the world how this is done. A young, fly, flashy guy who comes from the streets of Baltimore, takes his life and turns it around, and he becomes this big role model for so many young kids out there, and showing them that they can make a difference and they don't have to do certain things. He, like I said, he this whole generation, he has a connection to. You know, what can you say? Yeah, what can you say? You see a lot of other fighters try to emulate it, but it's like it's like. It's all good. It's all good.
All right, thank you, boss man.
Yeah, anytime. It's all good.
Tell you, Leonard, right here. Let's go get something to eat. Let's go.
All right, thank you for it.
Hey, Leonard, it sounds like you've surrounded him with a lot of role models that can help groom him to the level like where Floyd is. You know, is that what you're really doing?